ONETV Special Report.
Present.
Honorable Pinti Sipres, Honorable Lim, Honorable Ko, Honorable Romero Disikan, Honorable Suiso Jr.,
Present.
Honorable Lau, Honorable Sakin Jr., Honorable Tapayan, Honorable Salvador, Honorable Doctor, Honorable Chabilio, Honorable Bation. There are 13 members present, including the Honorable Presiding Officer.
Having 13 members present, the chair declares a quorum. Once again, good afternoon. May I request the Honorable Majority Floor Leader, the Honorable Tapayan, for the order of business.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. We have guests this afternoon, Honorable Chair, who registered their presence before us for certain matters which they want to bring forth to us body, Honorable Chair. May I request the Secretary to acknowledge the guests for the previous hour this afternoon, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Maricho Manzanades from the City Treasurer's Office. We have Mrs. Julie P. Sina Pigkit, the Acting City Treasurer, and we have Cecil Datulaita from the City Traffic Management Office.
Honorable Chair, in this condition, I move to suspend the rules to allow our visitors to speak on their concern. This afternoon, Honorable Chair.
Rule suspended. Ma'am Maricho or Mrs. Tapikit? Mrs. Tapikit, you have now the floor. Ma'am Maricho and Ma'am Datulaita. Okay, please. Mr. Datulaita.
Sa franchising.
Honorable Chair, the presence this afternoon is due to the proposed ordinance regulating the franchising of motorized tricycle in OZAMIZ City. The ordinance was being finalized in a moment at my office because of certain modifications being proposed by the City Treasurer Office and also from my side. We injected several additional sections of this ordinance.
Ordinance number?
Proposed ordinance for regulating the franchising of motorized tricycle in San City, because in that ordinance we created a board, the OZAMIZ City Motor Club Franchising and Regulatory Board, and perhaps my colleagues could ask questions from them also. We ask them to remain at Decision Hall until we discuss this ordinance later, Honorable Chair, because they are very important guests to share with us their experience and expertise on this ordinance, because they are the most affected department, the City Treasurer Office.
Session is resumed.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Session is resumed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We proceed to item number 5, approval of the agenda for the day. There are several written requests for insertion, Honorable Chair. For our order of business, may I enumerate them? The request of City Mayor dated September 22, 2023, asking Ms. Osmali to pass a resolution approving the conduct of safety of life at sea lecture on 23 September 2023 by Philippine Ports Authority in OZAMIZ, San City. Second, a request for us to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the DAGHANG program and World Teachers Day by DepEd OZAMIZ on 3 October 2023 in OZAMIZ City. The third written request is for us to pass a resolution approving the conduct of shielded metal arc welding NC1 training on 9 October to 5 December 2023 by OZAMIZ University in OZAMIZ City. Next is a resolution approving the conduct of technical assistance on the implementation of social protection programs and services on 2 to 6 October 2023 by DSWD Region 10 in OZAMIZ City. Next is the request of Abbey Builders Enterprise for resolution approving the quarry of the said company of the Abbey Builders at Barangay Bataon and Barangay Lapang. Next is the request for resolution approving the conduct of United Nations Month activities by DepEd OZAMIZ for the whole month of October 2023 in OZAMIZ City. Next, a resolution approving the conduct of blood typing and blood dating activities with the partner agencies on 26, 27, 28 September, as well as on 6 and 23 October and 23 November 2023 by the Philippine Red Cross OZAMIZ City Chapter in OZAMIZ City. Next request is for us to pass a resolution approving the delivery of pork behind transplanter on 6 October 2023 by the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization R10 Pilmec in OZAMIZ City. Next written request is for us to pass a resolution authorizing the local executive, Honorable Henry A. Pamela Jr., to enter into and sign on behalf of San City the memorandum of agreement with the Commission on Elections, OZAMIZ COMELEC, for the allocation and use of local funds in relation to the 2023 Barangay and SK elections. Next is the written request for us to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the centenarian program payout on 20 September 2020 by DSWD Region 10 in OZAMIZ City, Mabuyan. Those are the enumerated written requests for concessions on Mabuyan. Accordingly, I therefore move this motion to approve the agenda for the day with those written request for concessions which I enumerated a while ago on Mabuyan.
We have 10 inclusions. 10?
10
Okay.
written requests.
There is a motion from the Honorable Majority Floor Leader for our approval of our agenda for today with 10 inclusions. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. There are no copies of the minutes attached to our order of business. So we proceed to item number 7, letter C. This is the request for first reading. Number 1, 2023, Submittal Budget number 2, Barangay Bongbong, in the amount of 100,000, duly endorsed by Acting City Budget Officer for approval. I now yield to the Chairman of the Committee on Barangay Affairs, Honorable John Doctor, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable John Doctor, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. The request of Barangay Bongbong, order supplemental budget number 2 2023 in the amount of 100,000. I move for its approval on first reading with reservations, Honorable Chair.
There's a motion from Honorable John Lucro to approve this 2023 supplemental budget number 02, Barangay Bungbong, in the amount of 100,000. Motion approved on the first reading with reservation.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Due to its urgency and necessity for their implementation and provide various services with respect to this supplemental budget, Honorable Chair, I so move for second and final reading, waiving the internal rules on joint motion, the supplemental budget number 2 of Barangay Bungbong in the amount of 100,000.
There's a motion from the Honorable John Lucro for the approval of this request from Bungbong on first reading with reservation for final reading the 2023 supplemental budget number 02, Barangay Bungbong, in the amount of 100,000. Move for its approval on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment? Remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Letter D, messages and communication. Number 1, issue order number 23-HCFOJ-28, an order realigning items in the appropriations under the capital outlay of the City Minister's Office. Honorable Chairs, this is a realignment of the amount of 700,000 from the account transportation equipment, motor vehicles, to the account communication equipment due to the need to augment the budget of the Office of City Mayor on the Business Owner Program of the Office of City Mayor on communication equipment, Honorable Chair. So, I move to adopt and concur with this issue order number 23-HFOG-28 for approval on the first reading with reservations, Honorable Chair.
Move by the Honorable Majority Floor Leader to adopt and concur this executive order number 23-HFOG-28. Move for its approval on the first reading with reservation.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Due to urgent demand of public interest and to espouse sound fiscal management in order to augment the Office of the City Mayor in its Peace and Order Program, particularly to cover the cost of communication equipment used in government operations, I move on joint motion for approval of this issue order number 20-HFOG-28, realigning items from the account transportation equipment, motor vehicles, in the amount of 700,000 to the account communication equipment under capital outlay of the Business Order Program of City Minister's Office for approval on second and final reading, waiving the general rules, Honorable Chair.
Moved by the Majority Floor Leader to pass this on the second and final reading for the adoption and concurrence of Executive Order number 23-HFO-28. This is an order realigning items in the appropriations under the capital outlay of the City Mayor's Office in the amount of 700,000 pesos. That came from the appropriation for transportation equipment, motor vehicle, to be realigned to communication equipment in the amount of 700,000. Is there any comment? Remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. There are no committee reports submitted under item number 8. Item number 9, please proceed to letter C, whereby we have 10 items written request for approved by this August body, Honorable Chair. First, written request approved by this August body is a resolution approving the conduct of safety of life at sea SOLAS lecture on 28 September 2023 by the Philippine Ports Authority, OZAMIZ in San City. I yield to Chairman of Committee on Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Honorable John Sakin, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Juanito Sakin Jr. is hereby recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I move to pass a resolution approving the conduct of Safety of Life and Sea lecture on 28 September 2023 by the Philippine Ports Authority in OZAMIZ City. On first reading, Honorable Chair, with reservation.
On first reading with reservations, motion approved.
For the second and final reading, Honorable Chair, a resolution approving the conduct of Safety of Life of Sea lecture on 20 September 2023 by the Philippine Ports Authority in OZAMIZ City. For the second and final reading, Honorable Chair, waiving the internal rules on joint motion.
Due to the urgency of this request, the Honorable Sakin is passing this resolution approving the conduct of Safety of Life at Sea or the SOLAS lecture on the 28th of September 2023 by the Philippine Ports Authority OZAMIZ in OZAMIZ City. Move for its approval waiving the internal rules on the second and final reading. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Approved in session number 2, a resolution approving the conduct of DAGHANG program and World Teachers Day by TIP-AID OZAMIZ on 3 October 2023 in OZAMIZ City. And I yield to Chairman of the Committee on Education, Honorable Cecil Yoko, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Cecil Ko is hereby recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution approving the conduct of Dugong Guro, Dugong Bayani program and World Teachers Day activity by DepEd OZAMIZ on October 3, 2023 here in OZAMIZ City for first reading with reservations.
For first reading with reservation, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. These two activities by the DepEd OZAMIZ are scheduled on the same day, October 3, in relation to their celebration of World Teachers Day. So for the smooth and efficient conduct of both these two activities, I move to pass this resolution on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
The Honorable Cecil Ko is passing this resolution approving the conduct of Dugong Guro, Dugong Bayani program and World Teachers Day by the DepEd OZAMIZ on October 3, 2023 in OZAMIZ City. Move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Approved in session number 3, a resolution approving the conduct of Shielded Metal Arc Welding in C1 training on October 9 to December 5, 2023 by Misamis University in San City. Again, I yield to the Chairman of the Committee on Education, Honorable Cecil Ko, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Cecil Ko, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you again, Majority Floor Leader. So I move to pass a resolution approving the conduct of shielded metal arc welding NC1 training on October 9 up to December 5, 2023 by the Misamis University in Ozamis City for first reading with reservation.
Move for the first reading with reservations. Motion approved.
Thank you again, Madam Chair. So for the efficient delivery of various educational programs and services to the public, I move to pass this resolution on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Due to the urgency of this request, a resolution approving the conduct of shielded metal ERCL welding and training on October 9 to December 5, 2023 by Misamis University in Ozamis City. Move by the Honorable Court to approve this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Approved in session number 4. A resolution approving the conduct of technical assistance on the implementation of social protection programs and services on 2 to 6 October 2023 by the DCBD Region 10 of San City. I now yield, Honorable Chair, to the Chairman of the Committee on Social Services, Honorable Lorley Puente-Cipres, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Lord Cipres is now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, and to our Majority Floor Leader. I move to pass this resolution approving the conduct of the technical assistance on the implementation of the social protection programs and services on 2 to 6 October 2023 by DSWD Region 10 in Ozamis City. For first reading, Madam Chair, with reservation.
Motion approved on the first reading with reservation.
Due to the need of this resolution, Madam Chair, I move to pass this on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. This resolution approving the conduct of the technical assistance on the implementation of the social protection programs and services on 2 to 6 October 2023 by the DSWD Region 10 in Ozamis City.
Due to the urgency of this request, the Honorable Lorley Puente-Cipres is passing this resolution on the second and final reading as being presented, waiving the internal rules. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Approved in session number 5, the request of Abbey Builders Enterprise for us to pass a resolution endorsing and expressing no objection to the proposed industrial sand and gravel project quarry in San City, Barangay Pantaon, and Barangay Dalapang. The Office City Mayor endorsed the same favorably to us for proper action through Attorney Riami Isibala, Executive Assistant for under Office City Mayor Rocher. I now yield to the Chairman of the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, Honorable Jun Sakin, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Committee Chair on Environment, Honorable Sakin, is hereby recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I move to pass a resolution endorsing and expressing no objection on the proposed industrial sand and gravel project in Ozamis Cities, Barangay Pantaon and Barangay Dalapang. The crushing plant would be located in Barangay Pantaon, while the sand and gravel extraction area would be in Dalapang, Honorable Chair. On first reading, Honorable Chair, with reservation.
On first reading with reservations, the Honorable Sakin is passing this request. Motion approved.
Honorable Chair, for the second and final reading, resolution endorsing and expressing no objection on the proposed industrial sand and gravel project in Ozamis Cities, Barangay Pantaon and Barangay Dalapang. The crushing plant would be located in Barangay Pantaon, while the sand and gravel extraction area would be in Barangay Dalapang as per a request by the proprietor of the Abbey Builders Enterprise, Dominic Olim, Honorable Chair, on the second and final reading, Honorable Chair, waiving the eternal rules on joint motion.
Moved by Honorable Sakin to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, in a resolution endorsing and expressing no objection to the proposed industrial sand and gravel project in Ozamis City's Barangay Pantaon and Barangay Dalapang as the crushing plant located in Barangay Pantaon. Proprietor Abbey Builders Enterprise. Move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Any comment? Remarks? Hearing none. Motion approved of the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Upon session number 6, a resolution approving the conduct of United Nations month activities by DAPED OZAMIZ for the whole month of October 2020 in Ozamis City. And I yield to the Chairman of Committee on Education, Honorable Cecil Yuko, to introduce an agreement action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Cecil Ko, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. So I move to pass a resolution approving the conduct of United Nations month activities by DAPED OZAMIZ for the whole month of October 2023 here in Ozamis City for first reading with reservation.
For first reading with reservations, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the UN month celebration has always been observed and practiced by public schools and private schools all over the country. In fact, this celebration is already embedded in their curriculum. But to ensure that learning on cultural diversities, history, and promoting friendship between countries or among other countries, the Ozamis City Division of DAPED sought approval to conduct various activities for the said celebration. So with this, Madam Chair, I move to pass this resolution approving the conduct of various activities in its second and final reading with waiving the internal rules.
Move with the Honorable Cecil Ko to pass this resolution approving the conduct of United Nations month activities by the DAPED OZAMIZ for the whole month of October 2023 Ozamis City. Presented and moved for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Any comment? Remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
ONETv Special Report.